Hello, this is Chris from Ember. I'm going to take you through Spark. I'm going to give you a quick overview. If you would like more information on how to do something specifically, then please refer to the other how-to videos that I've produced separately. This is just to give you a quick overview of what Spark is and what it does. Okay, so in front of you, you can see the company dashboard. So this is what you'll see once you've been set up in Spark. You can see some summary stats along the top, some graphs and some more stats below. The graphs show you your company's perception of the different areas in Spark. So for example, here you can see innovation is quite high. Your employees have rated the company quite high innovatively. Whereas, for example, in the workplace, it's been rated quite low. Next, I'll take you to the users section. Here you can see a list of users who have already registered within your company, their email address, their status, when they registered. There are also various actions that you can carry out here, such as viewing or deleting them. But most importantly, you can invite new employees here. This gives you some pre-filled text, which you can copy to clipboard and send via an email in your own systems so that they don't get blocked by firewalls or what have you. Most importantly is this code, which I'm highlighting here, and you need to share this code with your employees for them to register in the app. Talking of which, here's the app. A user can register in the app by entering this code. The code is unique to the company and therefore associates the user with the company. When they enter the code and it is valid, they're asked to fill out the registration form. So this includes their first name, surname, what location they're in. So this could be different branches you have within the company and what department they're in. So again, you can get feedback based on specific locations or specific departments. Then it's just a case of entering email address, setting up a password and verifying the email address. So I've just quickly verified the email address there, and here I am logging in. So the first few screens you see are introduction screens. So this is giving new users a bit of a guide on the app and how it works. After these screens, you have the quiz section. Now, the quiz section is split up into the different themes. You have an intro screen for each question, and each question is answered on a scale. So the user who's filling this out can rate how they believe the company is performing in the different areas. The answers to these quiz questions are what you can see in the admin site, in the dashboard and in the survey section. But once the user has finished answering these questions, they're displayed with a screen where they can go through their colleagues and choose to follow certain individuals so they can see what they're saying about the company as well. I'll just make my phone disappear there. Jumping back into the admin site then and going back to the dashboard. Here you can see the stats that have been pulled through from the quiz. So you can see the number of employees that are registered, how many suggestions have been submitted, high fives, the number of challenges that have run. In the graphs, you get an idea of how people have answered the questions. But jumping to the survey results page, here you get a bit more data, including the number of people who have actually completed the survey. So you may have people who have registered on the app but then not completed the survey. So this gives you a percentage of users who have registered but also completed the survey. And finally, you can see data around the specific themes, including sort of a leaderboard on how well certain areas are doing but how poorly other areas are doing, so you know where to focus. So now that we've been through the app and the quiz section and you've seen the results of the quiz in the admin site, this should give you a good idea of the areas that your employees believe are particularly strong within the company, but also the areas where there could be room for improvement. So this is a good opportunity to set challenges to employees to encourage them to submit suggestions on how to improve those certain areas. Here in the challenges section, you can see a list of active challenges that already exist in the platform in this particular company. And here's one challenge, which is asking users to submit suggestions on how to improve the office. Now, in each challenge, you can send out challenge updates. You can create a leaderboard within specific challenges. So you could have a leaderboard splitting up different departments to see how each one has done against the other. But also you can see the suggestions that have been submitted within the challenge, which is obviously the important part. So let's have a look at how challenges appear in the app. If I just bring my phone back onto the screen, and there it is. What you can do is you can navigate to the menu icon in the left hand side. If you open that, you can select the challenges link. In the challenges section, you'll see a list of the active challenges that are currently available to this user. Now, challenges can be sent out to a specific location or to a specific team if you're looking for suggestions from a specific group of individuals. Here we've got a list of active challenges that already exist. If I go into the Improve the Office challenge, you can see some stats around this challenge. You can see some more information about it. And of course, you could actually submit a suggestion on the challenge. So in this case, on how I would recommend improving the office environment. And here you can see a list of a list of suggestions that have already been submitted against this challenge and what other people think could improve the office environment. So how do I actually submit a suggestion against a challenge? So if I return to the challenge details page, I have the option to submit a challenge here, the green button. If I select this, you'll see this little pop-up. So here I can add a title. I can add an image with my suggestion to make it look a bit better. If I've got any ideas or something else that I've seen that I think might be a good idea to apply to our office, I can do that. And I can add a bit more information in the details section. So I'll just quickly fill this out. There we go. And now you just upload your suggestion, and that gets successfully submitted and associated with that challenge. So if we now jump into the View Submitted Suggestions section, you'll see my new suggestion appearing at the top of the list here. Of course, at this point, anyone can view the suggestion. You can go into it, see what someone said, and then add a comment as you feel is necessary. And hey presto, there it is. Now jumping back into the admin site, you can see all the suggestions associated with a specific challenge, or what you can do is select the suggestions link in the left hand menu. This will give you a list of all suggestions currently set up in the website, and you can see them here. It might be that within the app you receive suggestions on themes that you haven't actually set challenges for, but in the admin site you are able to filter the suggestions so you can actually see all the different suggestions that have come in regardless of the area or the challenge. Now here you can see a suggestion that's been submitted that has been reported. Now moderation within Spark is carried out from within the app, so I'll bring that up, and it actually relies on other users who may have seen something offensive or inappropriate reporting the suggestion. This can be done by selecting the icon here with the 3 dots. This displays a menu with 3 options. Either you can hide this particular suggestion, you can hide all suggestions from this author, or you can report the suggestion, which triggers an email to admin users who can then go into the admin site and remove or delete the suggestion if necessary. So here we're going to remove the suggestion, and as you see, it disappears from the feed, so I don't see it again. Jumping back into the admin site, let's go to the Pulses section. Now here you can see a list of all the active polls that are currently set up in the app. Polls are a lot like the polls that you get on Twitter, where you ask a simple question and then users can answer their preferred choice. Here you can see an active poll with a number of different options and how users have answered them so far. What you can't see though is who has answered what. However, you do have the option to end a poll early if you would like to. Returning to the main poll section, you can create a new poll simply by selecting the green new poll icon. You've got different statuses, so you can publish the poll straight away or save it as a draft for later. You can set the end date. Obviously, you type in the question for the poll, and you can add as many possible answers as you wish. And obviously, the question and the answers get pulled through into the app. And you also have the option, as with challenges and articles, to set polls to specific teams or specific locations if you're wanting to get feedback from them. So let's have a look at polls in the app. If I bring up the phone again, what you can do is navigate to the Pulse section in the sidebar menu. What you can see is a list of active polls. So these are polls that you haven't answered yet. You can answer them simply by selecting your preferred option, followed by the Submit Answer icon, which will illuminate. And as soon as you've done this, you'll be taken through to the results of that poll so you can see how other people have answered it. Back in the admin site, I'm going to take you to the media section. This section basically is a content bank, and it holds all the images and video and any other content that you could use for articles or challenges or events. And you simply upload any files that you have on your PC here, and you can call upon them whenever you need them. Jumping into the articles section, I'm going to show you the articles section. They're effectively the same as events, it's just that events come with a location, a time and a date. Here you can see a list of articles that already exist in the system, their status, whether they're published or unpublished, when they were published. You also have the option to edit existing articles or delete them, but you create a new article by selecting the green new article icon in the top right hand corner. Now, creating an article is a relatively straightforward process. All you have to do is tick one of those boxes depending on what the placement is. You can attach a video if you'd like to pull through a video from YouTube, or you have the option to upload an image. Now, if you do this, you get the green Browse Media Library icon, which allows you to view the content bank I showed you earlier. And it's simply a case of selecting insert this file for the image you would like. Then you just enter your title, the content of the article. You can publish the article to all teams or to specific teams within your organization. And then all you have to do is add in the author and create the article. And this will return you to the articles page where you can see a list of all articles in the system. Now, if I can make my phone reappear, I'll show you the articles and events section in the app. If you select the menu icon in the top left-hand corner, followed by the articles and events link, you'll see a list of all the articles that currently exist. Here's an article you can see. Users have the ability to like an article if they like it, or they can add a suggestion from the article if it's provoked any thoughts. In the events section, events are the same as articles, just with time and location associated with them. Users actually also have the ability to set themselves a reminder if they are interested in that particular event. Okay, so while I've got my phone up on the screen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the last section in the app, the high five section. Again, from the suggestion box, if you select the menu icon followed by the high fives link, this takes you to an area in the app where employees can recognize other employees for good work. Here you can see a list of employees who've already been recognized within this company. If you select the plus icon in the bottom right hand corner, it displays this page where you can start to type in the name of the individual you want to recognize. You can select the individual from the drop-down menu so you don't have to type out his full name. And then it's a case of entering a message or reason why you want to recognize this particular employee and then submitting it. Now, the individual who is getting recognized will receive a notification to say so, and you can see it in the top of the list here. Now, jumping back into the admin site, if you see the high five section in the left-hand menu, that's where we're going to go. This simply allows company admins to see who's given who a high five, what the message is, and the ability to view it in more detail or delete it if required. Okay, so that's the end of the overview, the demo of Spark. Now you're all experts, you don't need me, so I'm just going to leave. If you do have any questions or any feedback or suggestions on new functionality that would be good in Spark, please don't hesitate to contact the email address on the screen now. Thank you for watching.